history repeats itself. Back in the day, in the Division 1 when the gear sets were released, every single person, thanks to the content creators of course, they were all running Striker set. And I was single-handedly, literally, I was playing with the one hand because I cut the tendon on my thumb. I was shredding all of them in a dark zone without any sweat, with a Sentry Skull. The times while I was 1v8ing Striker players with my Sentry Skull build. And now, here we are back again with the new game and the new underdog build.
Oh, don't die, don't die.
Sorry.
One low, in the middle.
In. Oh, Jesus.
Melt all of those LMG users.
Not even the head.
And was that?
There's two more. There's two more coming here.
Scram, motherfuckers! And of course, one-shot sniper build players are a joke.
Hostiles have claimed a supply drop.
I killed one. I'm gonna steal his shit.
Coming in.
They're all dead. You can have the fastest car on the earth, but if you do not have a driving license, and if you do not know how to turn on the vehicle, what's the point? What's the point of even having that build? And if you are thinking that it is gonna be easy ride to drive my build, you're wrong. This army, I'm proudly presenting my LMG build. We ain't no bitches, bitch. You know? You know what I mean, dude? You know what I mean? We ain't no bitches, dude. I have seen in my previous video about my double LMG infinite ammo build, there were comments like, oh, why are you not showing us mods? Why are you not showing us this? Guys, you have to understand how build works and functions so you can actually play it by yourself. It is gonna be almost impossible for you to gather items that I have on my own build. You have to understand the core mechanics of my build that are making my build efficient, and then you should adapt your gear to my build. Let me start from my primary weapon, LMG, military M60 E4. You can find also black market M60 that looks exactly the same, like this one. They are kinda almost the same. Anyways, get the M60 with the rate of fire or unhinged talents. You need one of those. And then recalibrate it into the unhinged Allegra. A really good skill to have on the third slot is recharged, because when you're full armor, your skills are gonna have stronger duration, more charges, and more ammo, which means you're popping the defensive drone before the fight starts, not in the middle of the fight. And you're gonna have much better cooldowns, longer duration, more charges, and nana. Right now, I'm using a military M60 that has a little bit lower damage, but recharge on the third slot is perfect. My build is still not optimized, and the reason why it's not optimized is because before I was using Optimist talent on the main slot. Rate of fire is a must on the M60, and if you cannot find an unhinged, you can use Optimist talent, and you can also use Close and Personal until you find Unhinged. They're both really powerful talents, but Unhinged is gonna give you that extra edge. And right now, I do not have any restrictions to boost my offense even more. Before, because of the Optimist and because of this restriction right here, my build, for example, my mask, does not have any offenses. Although you should put offenses on your mask. This is temporarily. I'm gonna definitely find the new total armor with the explosive damage and with some offenses here. So this build is gonna be even stronger. My secondary weapon is Chatterbox. I'm not using Chatterbox to shoot people. Even when I'm desperate, I'm not using Chatterbox. Never, ever, ever. The reason why I have a Chatterbox is because of a Blabbermouth. While holstered, reloading your weapon within 5 seconds after a kill grants 20% rate of fire for 10 seconds. Which means after I reload M60, I'm gonna have 720 rounds per minute with the 100 magazine size buff that is dealing 23.7 thousand damage per bullet. After you shoot and reload, it takes a lot of time to reload that M60. And your buff is a waste. And I have found the way how to reload my M60 much faster. Thanks to the holster with the filler up perk, which says reloading from empty reloads all of the weapon. And the way how I'm triggering this talent is with my sawed-off shotgun. It is really easy to fire 2 bullets, it reloads, and my M60 is full again. That is how I'm gaining my infinite ammo. So I'm just firing with the M60. When I want to refill, I switch, double tap, it reloads. After reload, this M60 is full. My sawed-off shotgun has increased reload speed and also it has greased. While holstered weapon swap speed is increased by 10%, which means it is going to be 10% faster for me to switch between M60 and the sawed-off shotgun. And even in my previous build, my previous version of the build with the 2 LMGs, I was using it wrong. And I'm gonna explain you why I was using it wrong, and I'm gonna explain to you the reasoning why I almost dropped my whole build. You have to kill someone, and after you kill him, you get that buff. Do you see this buff on the bottom? That is the time when you have to reload. So, when you're shooting someone, and you get that buff, you have to switch, you have to double tap, and then you're gonna get this buff right here. And this is increasing my rate of fire on 720 RPM. When you're in PvP, you do not have time to do that. So basically, you're shooting, if you reload way too late and you fire twice, you're not gonna get that buff. And it was frustrating. It was impossible to time it out correctly, because I'm not triggering one talent with my sawed-off shotgun. I have to trigger 2 talents. For this talent, I have to reload from the empty, and for this talent, I have to reload. And making the synergy between Blabbermouth and filler up with the sawed-off is really hard. And then, while I was farming a goddamn merciless just to dump my build, my mind was shattered. I figured it out. And I'm so glad that I didn't got merciless, because if I got that merciless, you guys would never experience the glory of the 7.62. The trick how to easily trigger and easily maneuver and easily control those 2 talents is to just have your sawed-off shotgun empty all the time. Since my sawed-off shotgun is empty all the time, when I'm shooting, when I need a reload, I switch. If I don't have time, it is gonna be much faster for me now to even have another 100 bullets. And then when I have a time, I shoot that double barrel again to be empty. But that's not it. That is not it, ladies and gents. After I kill a target, look at the buff, look at the buff. Oh! I have a buff! I have RPM buff! I can just continue with the fire now. Look how long it takes. The only thing that you need to do to trigger that buff, to trigger the Blabbermouth, is to literally switch on the sawed-off because it's empty. It started to reload. Reload starts automatically. You just need to do this. When you hear a clink, that's it. That's it. You have a buff. And the best part is, if your M60 is empty, if you want to reload, just leave the animation. Just leave it. It's full. I switch it, and I have a buff. And I have full mag. It's magnificent. It's beautiful. There's no... One down. Two down. Three down.
Rogue agent. Rogue agent eliminated.
Before we continue through my gear, let me just talk about demolitionist a little bit. I was talking about most of those stuff already on my previous video, but there are probably people here that are new and they do not know. Let me just explain to you the reasoning why demolitionist is the best specialization out there. No doubt. No doubt. First off, I'm getting 15% increased LMG damage. That is the primary reason why I'm using demolition specialization. This small laser point is actually really powerful. I have it on me all the time. It is giving me 10% critical hit chance. I also have the EXPS3 holosight that is giving me another chunk of a critical hit chance. I have increased rate of fire on my magazine, and I have stability here just because of this unhinged, because it is a little bit hard to control it, and I'm gonna show you the reason why. So with the extra accuracy, look at the reticle, how it is gonna shrink. Since horizontal recoil is randomized, sometimes you're gonna act like you're potatoing, but you're actually not potatoing. It is just a weapon that is really unstable. Because of the specialization talent called X-Stat Armor Kit Supplementary. Armor kits repair 70% of the damage and boost weapon handling by 100% for 15 seconds. On completion, an additional 30% repair occurs. I'm gonna talk about second part first. So basically you pop the med kit, and then after your buff is done, you're gonna get another chunk, and that another chunk is gonna save you a lot of times in the fight, because people will not expect that other 30% of the armor buff that you're gonna get after 15 seconds. Here in the description it says weapon handling, but what you're actually getting is end accuracy and stability increased by 100%, which means you're gonna be laser accurate. This is without a buff. Look at the reticle, how big it is. And now, after I heal, I get that buff for 15 seconds. Look at the buff. Look at the accuracy. Collision, everyone. Collision, everyone. Division 2, by the way. They're dead!
Dead.
I'm talking about literal laser. Oh, and by the way, have you noticed how many armor plates did I use? I'm getting my armor plates back because of my backpack. On my backpack, I have a talent called Efficient. Using the armor kit has a 50% chance not to consume an armor kit. Even in the skirmish, where you have only 2 plates. You can proc armor kit over and over, and you're gonna get that buff back. You're gonna get your armor plates back, which is amazing. And because it is necessary for you to consume the armor kit plates, I mean, it is not necessary. You won't even need that too much. Boost about to be up.
They're coming. Not this way though, they're gonna probably go. One's flanking.
One down.
Eroktic, Eroktic, to your left.
Stay there, dude.
One more. I'm so dead, dude. Hell.
You good there? Or?
No,
They're all dead. Although it is really, really beautiful when you're versing snipers in a PvP, you can melt them down really, really easy. But anyways, since you're relying on that buff, the amount of time that this triggers is just, I mean, it's 50%. But the thing that I'm trying to say is you have 6 plates, but you actually have 9. Or in the skirmish, you have between 3 and 4 plates. That's what I'm trying to say. You do not have 2 plates in the skirmish. And this is gonna help you out by a lot. About my other talents and the gear sets that I was going, you need to have 1 LMG damage, and then I was taking armor for the rest. Total armor here, total armor from the Gila, total armor from the Overlord, of course Petrov LMG damage, and also Araldi for the headshot damage and the accuracy. The only reason why I'm using Araldi set is because you cannot find holster with a filler up that is not Araldi. You're gonna always find terrible sets and you need Araldi in your loadout just because of a filler up perk. And also, since I'm using Araldi, why not to take 10% extra headshot damage? So the way how you're building your loadout, anything offensive on your mask. About your backpack, you need to have high armor, anything offensive that is good, because there is no restrictions anymore. Like I said, this build is just becoming to be powerful. The more I'm playing it, the more I find better pieces, just because I do not have a restriction on my offensive anymore. Armor is a must on a backpack, on your chest piece, and on your knee pad. The reason why armor is really, really important, and the reason why you should stack the more armor possible, is because of a chest piece with the unstoppable force. Killing the enemy gains 2% weapon damage for every 10,000 max armor, which means I have 44% LMG damage after a kill, which means after I kill one guy, yeah, this is a little bit powerful for the armor. Unstoppable force is the best talent for the LMG build. So basically armor, 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 and then go offense here. It is not just that I'm running really powerful LMG. I'm also one-shotting people with the grenades. In the skirmish, in the non-occupied dark zone, in the occupied dark zone.
B, we can B.
Yeah, I'm trying.
They're pushing me. All of them. Yeah, they're all on me.
One here.
One down.
Two. Behind you guys coming.
We got them all.
One more above.
Nice.
One more.
Nice.
Tapping.
I have 2 talents of the explosive damage. One talent is on my mask, and the second talent is on my knee pads. That is 40% increased explosive damage, and on top of that, you're getting even more explosive damage from your demolitionist specialization. 25% increased explosive damage affects explosive grenades, skills, and effects. Up to 65% explosive damage increase, which means my grenade is doing 353,000 damage. By the way, do not use fragmentation grenade because damage is more than 3 times lower. Use the actual casual standard Caucasian grenade. And on top of all of that, my gloves have the order talent, and this talent is gonna give me the option to cook my grenades, which means enemy players and enemy AIs will not be prepared to run away from the target because they will not see the hologram. It requires a lot of practice. I'm still practicing it. So basically, when you have the grenade out while holding the button, you can cook it, and it's gonna literally explode wherever the circle is on the screen, which is amazing. It is literally amazing. It requires practice, but yeah. And one downside about cooking grenades is you're outside of a cover when you're cooking. I do not know why have they done that, but you're outside of a cover. But basically, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my build. I wish I can have more critical hit chance. My critical hit chance right now is 35.5%. You can reach 50, 55, 60% critical hit chance. With this build, if you already have Unhinged, you can definitely mess around with really, really powerful attributes. And I'm working my way towards there, but that is it. This is the build. This is how I'm building my LMG. And please show some respect to the new LMG King. I hope you guys liked the video. Subscribe for more content of me. Slap a like, share it with your friends. Send them to the real king of the LMG and the real shredder of meta. Thank you guys for watching and see you in the next one. Eroktic out.